What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Really do appreciate you being here. If you are new here, hi, my name's Chris. I've been doing this for almost 2 years, and that is my reselling business. Now today, I want to share with you a couple of things. We're going to go through and address 2 points around operating a business. We're also going to touch on the month-end results for November 2022 of how I've actually progressed, and it's actually been my best month ever over this last almost 2 years. We're also going to dive into week 99 and just touch on some of the items that have sold for this week, and then we'll finish up with some show and tell. So come along, let's get into it. So the 2 questions that I've been getting on a regular basis, and this is via YouTube and also via socials, is number 1 has been, as a full-time reseller, I should be making more money. Now this was an interesting one. It wasn't really necessarily a question, it was kind of a statement, but I wanted to address it. And the second one has been around, how do I manage numbers better and things like that. So we're going to address both these topics. So number 1 being, as a full-time reseller, I should be making more money. Well, this is very, very interesting, and it's easy for other people to to come out and say, I should be doing this. Well, you can't tell me what I should be doing, but I wanted to break it down and help people understand how I operate my business and my approach to doing so. So I like to track my time. I track my time very openly and very transparently, because I'm always trying to do things quicker and better and more efficient. Now, this month alone, in November 2022, I've spent about 60.5 hours, and you can see it up on screen how I've been tracking it. And this includes listing, photos, picking, packing, posting, sourcing. It does not include, and I'll be open, it does not include my driving time, and it does not include the time I spend on YouTube. That's different to the business, but the driving, on average, when I go to my storage unit, is about probably 15 minutes there, 15 minutes back. And if I go out sourcing, of course, that's spending some time out as well, but that's not included in the time spent, purely just doing operations. But I do include the sourcing time into my time spent per month. So roughly I've been spending about 2 hours a day in a given month. Now this has come down by about 11 hours, actually probably a little bit more since having the storage unit, just because I've changed the way I've been operating. I've been doing things in batches, meaning I take a lot of photos in batches. When I got the big 10,000 media lot, I was able to take 600 photos across a day and a half, and that was back in October. So it saved me a lot of time in November. So just for full transparency, we're in FY23, and this is how much money I've actually paid myself. As you can see, it's not much. It works out to be about $2,500 per month, yet I've actually had a net profit of just over $15,000. Now the difference of why I've taken a less, basically I'm putting that back into the business because, I want to help grow the business. So one thing that I think you need to understand, and this is not me telling you off or anything like that, but how you operate your business is your business. You get to choose how you want to operate your business. Now how I live my life and how how my lifestyle is funded is not purely from my reselling. It is a large chunk of it, but it's not all of it, right? And I think we need to understand that what I share here is to help you understand how I operate my reselling business, sharing my reselling progress, and since starting, almost 2 years ago. And I do that not to say, I'm making lots of money from reselling, but to show that this is what you can do when you start from zero and grow a business with, a mentality to grow it. But I have other income streams that I've shared before that do help supplement my lifestyle. And I think that's an interesting point, is because it's your lifestyle. Now, 2 things here is I would highly encourage you to build your business when reselling, whether it's part-time, full-time, or side hustle on the side, incorporate it into your lifestyle. Build your business thinking in minds that you want to be able to do X, Y, and Z, meaning you don't want to be working, 60-hour weeks. You don't want to be doing those things. You want to be able to have the flexibility to do what you want. And that's how I've built my business, but also my lifestyle and my circumstances of how I live will be different to how you do. So, that's something to take into consideration as well. So really the big lesson from this is build a business that incorporates your lifestyle and make it flourish for you. Don't make it for what other people want it to be or expect it to be, but make it what works for you. If that means you need to work 40 hours a week to, make some certain amount of money, do that. But if it also means that you want to try and spend as little as time possible and to still reap some rewards, then do that as well. And that's how I plan to operate my business, continue to operate my business too. Now, the second question, or the second point that I wanted to address today was people wanting to know about numbers and cash flow and managing those kind of things. Now, this is probably the most common question that I get on this channel. Now, the best way that you can do this, and I'm going to keep it kind of light because I don't want to dive into the detail, because I think there's some big lessons here that helps you grow, not just with the numbers and cash flow, but in all areas of life. You see, we need to learn as we experience. And, I share a lot of numbers here, and, I share, you should go check out this, you should go do that. But if you don't actually go look up this thing, or if you don't go read that book, or if you don't go, absorb that information, you're not actually going to learn it, right? And a lot of the time, in order to learn, we need to go take in the information and then go apply it and see how we can, make it work for us. Because we all interpret things differently, and I can talk about, go study this, or you need to be managing this with your profit numbers, or you need to be focusing on these different levers with your business financials, and that can be a little bit overwhelming because if you don't know, you don't know. So you need to strip it back and you need to understand the bare basics. Now, as I said, learn from experience, and that is as you go into something, it's like when you first had pocket money, you learned how to handle that pocket money, and then as you started to have your first job, you started to learn how to handle your money. It's the same thing applies. You need to learn as you go. But I would highly encourage you to go speak to an accountant, just simply because if you're going to go do this as a side hustle, full-time, part-time, and get a basic understanding of what you need to know and what you want to know. And most accountants will probably do this for free, because they want to have your best interest at heart. And I can highly recommend Ethan Rushock. He's doing an amazing thing. He's actually just launched a video of how to build a business from scratch, and he's doing it with a reselling lens. So go check that one out. And number 3 is do your own research. Yes, you can learn from me. I share quite a lot, but there's so many other resellers. But step away from the reselling lens and think about how do I start a business? How do I grow a business? What do I need to think about when it comes to doing a business? And there's a perfect example or perfect little resource that you can leverage, which is business.gov.au, and I'll put the link up on screen and in the description below. You can go there and just find out some of the basics. You got to go read this stuff. You got to go learn this stuff, right? I can say, manage all your numbers this way, but until you go practically experience it or get a better fundamental understanding of it, it's not necessarily going to click to you. It might, but it might not either. And the 4th point was around cash flow. Same thing that I just really spoke about, learning as you experience, speaking to an accountant, and also doing some research. Now, the reason why I say go read Profit First is because I wish someone had told me that when I started. Now, it took me 6 months or probably 8 months till I actually realized this, and I went and read it. I did the homework, I did the work, applied it, and now it's in my business, and it's been part of my business for, just more than a year now. And I think what I'm trying to help you understand is that I'm not going to go sit here and tell you how to do the Profit First system. I'm going to say, look, this works for me, and it's saved me a lot of dollars, and it's enabled me to have a better flow and cash flow management system in my business. So I'm telling you to go read it, because that might mean you're 6-9 months or even a year ahead of what I was when I started. So that's really what I can share with you today on those ones. All right, we're going to dive into the month end results for November 2022, and it's actually been my most rewarding month ever in terms of revenue. Profit wasn't my best month ever, but I'm very, very encouraged by, the numbers that we have seen this month. And you can see it all up on screen, and I'm going to take you through it in detail. But, look, on average, it was a pretty consistent month in terms of volume. However, I had a higher ASP average, meaning average sale price, go through this month. And that's because I was listing a lot of different things. I was listing a lot of Lego, I was listing a lot of video games and a few more collectibles, knowing that we're coming to Black Friday, but also Christmas is around the corner. So really focusing on that. So if you have a look at my profit and loss statement here, you can see that I have done a total revenue of just under $9,000, which is just incredible. Still aiming for a $10,000 month. Haven't got there yet, but I'm sure we'll get there eventually. And cost of goods sold was only $771, which meant my gross profit was around $8,126. However, as you know, I like to make sure I'm sharing all the details. So when it came to operating expenses, there was quite a few expenses that came through, and look, not as much in some areas. I was leveraging a 40% discount on some of my set fees on eBay. There was a coupon or a discount or a campaign running for those that did have a eBay store, and I was able to save about 40% in some of my fixed fees, which was quite rewarding. But as you can see, total expenses came to $3,584, and if we deduct all that, we come to an operating profit of $4,541, being an operating margin of 51%, which is it's up there. In terms of, how much eBay has actually paid me and leveraging the Profit First system, you can see here, I've actually broken it down on averages, but basically this is what it worked out to be per week, or on average per week, but also for the month of how much eBay has paid me and that percentage breakdown. So owner's pay was around $3,683. Profit worked out to be about $87. OPEX was 43.5%, so about $3,815. Tax was 7.5%, so $657. And Boost worked out to be about 6%, $526. And I'm using this Boost account that basically pays for the storage unit on a almost 5-week window. So that is November. It's been very, very rewarding. Let me know how you went in November. It's been an interesting month because obviously we had Black Friday. This month going into December was absolutely a bit of a roller coaster, and that's what we're going to dive into now. And I'll show you what I mean by a roller coaster. We started off kind of slow and quiet, and then we've just shot straight up. So dive into some of the items that have been selling this week, and then we'll go through the week review and then some show and tell. So top item number 1 for this week was, if you do remember, I did a video the other day where I got some collectibles, and I've been able to sell this Crow 18-inch figure from NECA. And this one I picked up on average cost of good about $12.69. I've been able to sell it for $203. That's with postage. I think it was $68, $69 all the way over to the US. So after fees and postage, I've walked away with $104.94 back into my pocket. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Top item number 2 for this week was this DVD player VCR combo. Now this one I was actually able to pick up for free. Someone was getting rid of it. Now the beauty of this one is it was just a quick little flip. So I picked it up and I've been able to list it for $99.97. It stuck around for about, I think it was 2-3 weeks, and I've been able to sell it and get a profit of $59.66 after fees and postage. Top item number 3, and this one has been sitting in my dev pile for about 4 months. A 1985 Teddy Ruxpin talking teddy. Now there was some issues with it. It was working, but if you ever find this bear, it will do really, really well for you, especially if it's working. I paid $4 for this one originally. I've been able to sell it for $80, and after fees and postage walked away with $48.97. Top item number 4 for this week was this Kodak EasyShare digital camera. Picked this one up for $2.77 from an op shop. It was working. I didn't know if it was working when I purchased it. Did some testing. It was working a charm. Got some batteries for it. Sold it for $59.70, walked away with $37.87 back into my pocket after fees and postage. Now the cool item or interesting item for this week was this genuine Jaguar 3.8 litre operating manual. Now this one I got out of a big bulk lot of books. Works out to be about 76 cents. Sold it for $33.97 and walked away with $19.74 back into my pocket. Now in terms of how we actually gone for week 99 of reselling, well, it's actually been quite an interesting week. As I said before, a bit of a roller coaster, been ups and downs. We've actually had less sales than my average per week, which was a bit interesting. So we've had 44 sales this week. Margin was about 50%. We've had cost of goods sold worth around $118. We did end up doing $1,627 though. That came through majority yesterday. I think it was like a $550 day. It might have been a little bit more. And profit worked out to be about $816. ASP this week was $36.98. And average cycle time worked out to be about 109 days per item. So very interesting week, and this is the beauty of it, is each week is to its own. And I thought this week was going to be a down week, but we shot back up. We got back up there above average, trying to hit above 1,500 per week at this moment. And we got there, but obviously it's quite different to the last couple of weeks where we've had some really big ticket items go out. And I think that's what dilutes some of the confusion of why am I fluctuating so much. It also depends on what you're selling, right? So keep that in mind. I hope your week has been well, with Black Friday wrapping up and Cyber Monday also wrapping up. And now we lead into the final sprint before Christmas, and hopefully we can wrap up the year with some great results. All right, so that is week 99. Let's dive into some show and tell, and we'll leave it there. All right, team, welcome to Monday. Just finished doing my picking. 11 minutes for 25 items. Took a little bit longer, a couple of little mistakes I've made here and there, but this is why you do it, always improving. I'll show you all the goodies that we've actually got today. So we've got a whole bunch of different stuff. This book's pretty cool, the Spycraft book, vintage, going out. We've got some R. Williams going out there. I've got some Lego in here, a couple of manga. This guy's gone for 15. I've got some Tolkien, which was in my top sales for last week. This guy has gone out. This has gone out. This one, this one, this one. A lot of this is just a lot of bread and butter, $9 to $19. Airheads has gone out. What have we got here? We've got a couple more things. Actually, Jackie Collins has gone for 40 bucks. That one's gone for like 59. We've got some Alfred Hitchcock going out the door. A big bundle, just got that the other day. Some Robin Hobbs, lots of CDs actually, and DVDs. We've got some Xbox games going out, Rocky, this one, and what was a pretty cool sale was, oh, we've got an Xbox going out here, and this one, just put it in here to keep it safe, is good old him. So we'll probably pack him up nice and secure. Yeah, not too bad, pretty happy with this. Good to see some things going out. Some of the shelves looking a little empty here and there, but I've been able to restock. I need to do a bit of a reshuffle, but just restocked some of these. Still got plenty of room in here too. Need to fix up some of this stuff here. Yeah, not too bad. All right, let's pack it up. All right, team, welcome to Thursday. Just gotten everything out. It's actually been pretty quiet. So just did all this. We've got 20 packages that we're doing today. We've just pulled them all out, 6 minutes and 48 seconds. We've got some interesting stuff going out. We've got a joke book. I got these back when I first started. Been selling them over time. This is the fourth one or third one to go out. Good old Jurassic Park. We've got some basketball cards going out. Here, as you can see, big binder of them. These guys have gone for like 60. Just a couple of bread and butter kind of things. Anywhere between 9 and 25. This guy's gone out. We've got a camera here going out. I need to make sure I change that because that's how much I paid for it. It's gone for 59. This guy's gone for 80 bucks. And I just realized I didn't bring the big box for this guy. That could be awkward. This guy's going international. And then we've got a VCR in there, which I'm going to show you how to pack it in shorts. I've also got some winnings from my recent live stream that I did. Now today, the other thing that I'm going to be doing, I don't know if I'm going to get to show you guys today because I've just been doing some measuring. I've actually decided, yes, I am going to set up a photo booth here for clothing. Yeah, and I'm going to be going to Bunnings today to basically get some a board that goes here, and then I've got to get the velvet or the felt that will go there to stop the clothes from falling down. But that is about 1.2 meters across. So if I can get a table that's about 1 meter, the board that I'll be getting is 1.2 meters and about 90 across. Should be perfect. I'll put it on the table. Easy stuff. Yeah, I'm going to pack up some stuff and yeah, continue on. My team, we are all done. Ta-da! It actually wasn't 20 items. It was 15 items. I don't know why I said 20. Anyway, we're all done now. It's taken just over 44 minutes. We're going to do our best, but it's all right. Still pretty consistent. All right, that's it. So now I'm going to go to Bunnings. Got to go, as I said, done some measurements here. What I'm expecting that I want to put up is a photo station here, basically for like clothing and jeans and stuff, because I've got a big def pile of that and I just haven't been doing it. So I'm going to set it up, make that happen here. Good investment. And yeah, and then, as I said, each week, each day that I come here, I kind of try and tick off one little thing, whether it's bringing more stuff here or setting up this or culling. So I'm going to be trying to get that momentum. Or happening is doing smaller things over a long period of time and just ticking them off. We're actually pretty good with stock at the moment. I am running a 15% coupon or 15% off sale, essentially just for a limited time up until the cutoff of Christmas shipping, and hopefully get a few extra sales. But December's usually pretty quiet anyway, so we'll see how we go. Appreciate you guys. This is all done, and I'll see you on the next one. Really do appreciate you being here. If you do have any questions, comments, chuck them down below. Otherwise, you have a wonderful day. Cheers.